has arrived. We have a further short throw karate club. We have a gliding display. And we also have a running slow time by the crew for those of you who are not too familiar with field gunning, so that you can actually see what's going on and see some of the finer points. the chance to see, perhaps in a little more time, the intricate detail of what's going on, and perhaps learn to appreciate even more what a very skillful event field gunning really is. There is an excellent souvenir booklet which is available from the souvenir stall, which will give you full details of the Fleet Air Arm field gun crew for 1985. It'll tell you a lot more about field gunning, a lot more about the people involved. That is your support. Go along and hear from them. Now the gun and slipper will go over the home wall motorised wheels, which are immediately refitted on the far side. Next, the rig is going to be erected. There are two shear legs, they're the stubby ones. They weigh 170 pounds each. And the long one, the 28-foot bar, weighs 100 pounds, that's about 45 kilos. The first swing has crossed the chasm, and he will be followed by the second swing, who carries the main overhead wire. Next goes the 10-foot bar, that weighs 65 pounds, or about 30 kilos. Now the 28-foot bar is split, and the shear legs are lifted back to a set position. The main wire has been attached to a bottle screw behind the shear legs, and the main wire is placed on top of the 10-foot bar, and the rig tightened up by means of the bottle screw. The first action gear, two wheels, are carried over the chasm, and each of those wheels, which they're handling so lightly, weighs 120 pounds, or about 55 kilos. The gun barrel has now been lifted from the carriage by four men and placed on top of the home ramp. The wheels are removed from the carriage, and the carriage itself, which weighs 350 pounds, or about 160 kilos, crosses the chasm, and the first wheels are placed on it. The barrel, 900 pounds, 408 kilos, crosses the chasm, and on the far side it's launched into the carriage, which is waiting for it. The second pair of wheels now come over, and these will run straight through the hole in the enemy wall, during which the gun is proceeding from the enemy ramp to the hole in the enemy wall. The last piece of action gear, the lipper, which also weighs 350 pounds, 160 kilos, will now cross the chasm, and that will be carried straight through the hole in the enemy wall, where the wheels will be refitted. Again, you'll see that that hole in the enemy wall is just big enough to allow this gear to go through. There is very little spare. The lipper will now join the gun at the action line, and 3 rounds are fired, simulating an engagement with the enemy. This completes the run out, and the timing for this phase of the run is taken when the third shell is fired. An average time was about 1 minute and 25 seconds. A crew tonight went out in about 1 minute 21. What follows now is a rest. It is, however, an opportunity for the crew to prepare for the next phase. It's a chance for the building officer and the trainers to inspect the equipment for the run back or second action. And at Earl's Court, the time allowed between phases is about 60 seconds. After all and then the gun have been taken over the enemy wall. The wheels are removed from the limber, and the first pair take them across the chasm. They will be followed by the limber itself. And now the gun is moved forward to the top of the enemy ramp, and its wheels are spiked in preparation for the barrel being lifted out. The barrel now comes across, and on the hook side it is hooked onto the gun's hook rope. It is then slipped, and you'll see that it is now suspended while it waits for its carriage to come across. The carriage, with its wheels removed, now comes over, and on the hook side it's placed under the barrel, two wheels are fitted, and the barrel is dropped into the carriage, after which the gun will be hauled away. The second pair of wheels now come across, and these will be placed by the hole in the home wall. Next, as you can see, the tension is taken off the wire by moving the shear legs apart, and they are then driven in to make the wire taut again. The last man, known as the flying angel, can now cross with the 10-foot bar of the scrambler. Once the angel hits the first ramp, the rig is collapsed, the wire recovers, and 3 rounds are fired, thus completing the run back. Again, to start the run home, the bugler will sound a call, this time it's to cease fire, and again it's followed by a short sharp note. Now this time everything has to come through that very small hole in the home wall, and it's done in the following order: first the drag rope, followed by 2 wheels, then the limber, and once it reaches this side, the wheels are fitted. Next will come the gun, which has to be lifted, its wheels removed, it has to be turned so that it can just pass through the wall, and remember that weighs half a ton. Once through, the wheels follow, and those are refitted. The gun and limber are hooked together, and the crew will then run with the gun and limber round the corner and down the straight, crossing the start-finish line to your very well-deserved applause. And the timing of this phase of the run finishes when the gun axle crosses the line. All 3 times for the run out, the run back, and the run home are added together to give an aggregate time. Well, thank you very much, the crew. They do have quite a hard evening on these public run nights. That's their second run, and they still have to do a final fast run later on.
They don't want. Come in.